Hi, this is Lara from Forex Info USA with your free daily US dollar index Elliott wave analysis on the 11th of February. I provide a subscription service on forexinfo.us for Elliott wave analysis of the euro dollar and the pound dollar, which you can get on a daily basis. So go to forexinfo.us and click on the big fat green subscribe button to check it out. If you'd like to see testimonials of what current members of Forex Info US are saying about us, check out the Elliott Wave for Forex. There's a bunch of testimonials in there. Starting off your analysis today for the US dollar index, going back to a chart that takes us back to the beginning of 2008, we had a 5-wave down impulse for C, this maroon as primary level, followed by intermediate 1, 2, 3 with a deep correction for 4, 5 up to finish a wave 1 up, followed by a 3-wave structure for a second wave down, and we're starting out in a primary 3rd wave up. So this recent rise that we've had with the dollar is just the beginning of what should take us quite a lot higher than the end of this wave 1 and significantly higher than that. If you know much about Elliott wave, you know that 3rd waves carry the furthest distance with the greatest momentum. So these dollar rises that we have coming up should have some significantly strong upwards momentum for the dollar if this wave count is correct. Going now for your US dollar index to the daily chart, where this maroon 2 is analogous with the one I just showed you on a historical chart. And we're looking now at just the most recent rise for the dollar, with our first minor wave 1 and 2 complete, and we're in about the middle phases of a wave 3 up. So what's been happening for the last 4 days or so with the dollar is a correction. It's not a trend change, it's just a correction within the larger trend, which is up. Now our targets for the end to this minor wave 3 blue, and remember this is just a midterm target, it's got a lot longer to go than that, lie between about 83.5, where it will equal wave 1 in length, to about 87.76, where it will be 1.618 the length of wave 1. Within this wave up, so far we have the first leg complete with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, followed by an ABC correction, that's your basic structure for Elliott wave, and the first leg of a 3rd wave complete. Now this wave behaviour is conforming exactly as expected for a 3rd wave within a 3rd wave. We should see some very strong upwards movement. Now if this interpretation is correct, and I am aware that there may be other interpretations at this daily level just for the last 3 months, but if I have this interpretation here correct, what we're about to see next with the dollar will be almost vertical rise, like this, but perhaps even stronger and maybe even a little bit longer. Now I have a target for this next little leg up for about wave 3 here is starting at 79.6. Now if this is going to equal the same as this length of this first wave 1 right here, we could see it go up to about 81.54. Another very likely target is where this next 3rd wave reaches 1.618 the length of wave 1, which will take us in the short term for the next rise up to about 82.74. So those are my targets on the upside. Taking you now to an hourly chart, analysing this recent corrective movement. This is what the dollar's been doing in the last few days. This is an hourly chart just for the last 5 days, where this green 1 and 2 is analogous with the green 1 and 2 I was just talking about. And here we have the base or the start of our 3rd wave up. I'm saying that with a little bit more confidence today because corrective structures are usually well confined within a parallel lines creating a trend channel for them. And I've drawn this here by joining the end of wave A with the end of wave C, creating a parallel line. Now normally you'd lay it across the end of wave B, but I'm going to be more conservative here and lay it across this highest point for wave C, which was reached during a news release. I think non-farm payrolls sometimes does that. So here's our parallel trend line. The dollar has significantly, comfortably breached it. It's come back down. I don't expect it will get much lower if it does come to touch this. It may play around with this upper trend line, but I don't expect we're going to see movement back down into this area. I expect fairly soon, if it hasn't already happened, that we may see a turn in the dollar to the upside and some very strong upwards movement, because that's what this wave count is calling for. It may be a little too early, which is why I have not put any labels on this to analyse this, but we could possibly see a 1, 2 in the beginning of an expanded 3, 4, 1, 2 within the next leg. It can't be 1, 2, 3, 4 because price cannot move into wave 1 territory. So 1, 2 in the beginning of the next leg with a 1, 2, next wave up, therefore should be a 3 of a 3. Some very strong upwards movement. My invalidation point for this wave count is, and I'll just take you back to this, technically this wave count is only invalidated by movement below 76.71, although I don't expect to see any movement into this price territory just below 78.5 at this stage. Now these bright blue lines, as I've explained before, are a base channel. I've taken the beginning of 1, the extreme end of 2, created a parallel line and laid it across, starting at the extreme end of wave 1. This contains price movement for the first wave and the second. When this third wave is complete, it will turn around and come back down, and we can expect this upper line of the base channel, which will stay the same, to provide some resistance for the lower end of that upcoming fourth wave. So that's all from me today for your US dollar index Elliott wave analysis. We have a very clear invalidation point, 76.61. We have a short-term target for the next upward leg between either 81.54 and probably even 82.74. We also have a longer-term target, so far about 83.5, for the end of that full upwards movement before we see any correction of any reasonable size. Again, if you would like Elliott wave analysis from a pure Elliott wave perspective of the euro dollar and or the pound dollar, check it out on Forex Info US. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope this helps you in your trading, and as always, may all your trades be profitable.